sport. Came back and raced a little bit here and there, but now in the snow bikes, and boy, he got gobbled up there.
Yeah, and Manichuk once again, second burst, same as the first, as he gets a great start. Kirchmeier tucking right behind him in second. Good side-by-side race for third as they head up into the Country Cat corner, Mike.
Manichuk taking and just squaring that bike through that corner. But, boy, there's some competition behind him. Look at Kirchmeier. Kirchmeier, the cowboy out there, showing that he's able to tame this track.
And he will cut to the inside of Manichuk. Manichuk going to try a crossover move here. He'll come back to the inside now as they work out of the Skidoo corner. Long sweeper back onto the main straightaway here at Canterbury Park. About a 2-bike length advantage right now for Kirchmeier.
Kirchmeier just was able to make the pass and now starting to put a little distance between he and Manichuk. The distance between about 0.8 of a second. Brock Hoyer sitting in third, then at Yannick Gaucheur in fourth. Harris Huizinga in fifth, then Darren Mees in sixth, but good racing up front.
Oh, and here comes Manichuk, going to go outside, have the inside lane for the next corner. He'll take the lead back in almost the same spot that he lost it, and he guns it away from Kirchmeier as they come back onto the straightaway here, about to complete lap number 3.
Kirchmeier opened the door there, and that allowed Cody to find a line and get around him, and then Kirchmeier went out deep. Darn near lost it down in that far corner, but able to gather it back up. But while he did that, Manichuk out there, and he now starting to put some distance between the rest of the field. He's got about a second on Kirchmeier and the field.
So Hoyer sits third, Yannick Boucher fourth, and Huizinga fifth. Mees, by the way, who had that jump on the original start, sitting in the sixth position as we watch Manichuk work his way back out of the Skidoo turn, back past the starting line area, and he'll double his way and single out as we watch the battle for second here now between Kirchmeier and Hoyer.
Hoyer on that number 1 sled there, and then you see them battling the number 2 there. I'm sorry, 1 is Kirchmeier, number 2 is Hoyer. Those two guys going bar to bar, and Hoyer going to the outside, trying to make the pass work. Looks like he was able to get around Kirchmeier, and now able to try to make a run on your race leader.
We're closing up on the halfway point of this first moto, a Pro Snowbike. And when that pass was made, I can't believe how close Hoyer and Kirchmeier were. They could have literally clapped hands in the air without even really lifting a finger. And now Hoyer will go setting sail after Cody Manichuk, and he is coming hard on the outside as they're coming into some traffic here as they hit the U.S. Air Force flyaway.
Boy, and that can be a challenge too. You know, you kind of, these things are going to go where you point them. And, you know, whichever way you got that ski pointed, that's kind of which direction the bike's going to go. So even if you're trying to compensate, you've got to be able to make sure that you know what direction you're headed. Boy, he just loves to lay it down in that corner, doesn't he?
Yeah, these snow bikes really love the corners where they can just rip and rail the berms. And as the Yamaha Manichuk pulls away again a little bit from Hoyer, almost lost the front end. And that is probably the most difficult thing on these snow bikes, Mike, is to keep that front ski from plowing out.
Yeah, and there were a couple of bikes that got together in the back part of the racetrack in the U.S. Air Force flyaways. Everybody, again, a yellow flag out there, meaning they had to slow down. They couldn't jump in that area. And working by the incident, it's still Manichuk out front as the laps continue to narrow down here. 4 laps left to go, and Manichuk out front still on that 111 bike.
Great look at Manichuk coming across the AMSOIL finish line jump here and then working his way through the Ram Rhythm section that leads up here into the Country Cat corner. Laying the bike over on the inside lane now as he approaches the U.S. Air Force flyaway, still dealing with some traffic as Hoyer tries to reel him in.
Hey, he had a 1.5 seconds on Hoyer. He's going to need that as he gets some lap traffic because, oh, and your race leader off the racetrack, and Hoyer got around him.
Yeah, just that little error there by Manichuk allows the 2 of Brock Hoyer to take the lead as we work lap number 8 in this first moto. So now Hoyer, the rider from British Columbia, takes over the top spot and completes lap number 8 as they come across the AMSOIL finish line.
Boy, Manichuk gave him a gift there. Manichuk had a good race going. Like I was saying, he had about a 1.5 seconds lead on Hoyer. Just a little bobble took him off the racetrack, and that allowed Hoyer to get around. So, you know, let's keep an eye on not only Hoyer, but you can be sure there's Matichuk again. Matichuk said, no, that ain't going to happen. So now he back up front as he's able to get around Hoyer.
Yeah, he stayed on the power. You can see him reach up there, wipe the goggles clean as they come around this time to the white flag. So it looks like it'll be a two-rider race. Speaking of which, there goes Hoyer. Mashes the gas on his Yamaha as they fly through the ram section. He is retaking the lead here on the final lap in Moto 1.
You kind of wonder what happened there. I mean, you know, Matichuk looked to be in control, and then all of a sudden, here comes Hoyer. If Hoyer found another gear, or just like you said, now here comes Matichuk again. These two guys really going after each other.
I think it's how they take that rhythm on the backstretch out of the U.S. Air Force flyaway, and now Matichuk dives for the inside.
And this is where he's strong. Watch him. He lays that bike right on its side, wipes his goggles as they're going to come back into the front stretch. It's Matichuk up front. Here comes Hoyer.
Oh, this is going to be a battle right to the wire. Give it to Hoyer by maybe a couple of inches across the line.
Good racing. So Hoyer will take the win. Matichuk in second by not quite 0.3 of a second. Kirchmeier in third, Brochure, and then Josh Hill in fifth. That was a good moto.
Yeah.